what it is, what it do, and how the hell are all of you on this Monday evening. It's about 9 p.m. here in Minnesota. That is Central Standard Time. You are here with yours motherfucking truly, Petrov Phukka. Today has been a shiny, sunny motherfucking day. Probably cracked out at 75. I didn't even check the temp. It was so motherfucking nice. It was nice at 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, and so motherfucking on. And we waiting on that line for the Bubba Kush. You already know what it is. That loud pack, that gas. Whew. Too much to say. Not enough time. That can of talk can go on for hours. You know what it is. It's another day in glorious paradise. It is what you make it. This episode's name is Gas, Grass, Cash. Freedom isn't free. It is also the slogan of my show, the motto that I go by. Because nothing's free in this world, no matter how much we try, no matter how much we want. Everything can be bought. I will say there are some things that a personality trait might have that can't be bought. But most things can be bought with a little bit of that greenback, at least here in America. Anyways, we're going to jump on to the topics of the day. You know we always got to do music, canna, and politics. But today, we're going to step back just one, just a little one. We still going to do a little bit of that canna and that music. But this week, I said last week, it's going to be a perfection week for podcasts. Because we got 4 of them this week. Not 3, 4. Not only will I have the annual token tech on, I will also have Big Z's. Yes, Big Z's. Motherfucker likes them sleeps. That's really what I got from him. He's a really good dude. Goofy as shit. Got a lot of political points that he knows how to make. And he drives them home with them facts. His points are solid. I believe he can make a valid argument. That's part of the show. Anybody can come on with any point, any view. You can make it. If I don't really agree with it, I'm going to have to argue it because that's what it is. I don't agree with something, I'm going to argue it. It doesn't matter if it's political, music, about cannabis, about any drugs, about anything. Really, I'll argue anything. I don't give a fuck. We can argue about the hair on a fucking squirrel's back as much as I care about it. I like to argue. It is what it is, But we're going to get into music first. And coming up on this music list to start with, we're going to do NK47. Dude is a beast on the track. He drives home some really good points in his music. He has really good music videos. His lyrics are spot on. He also does them videos where he's in the booth spitting it. And I think a lot of us like those videos because that's raw, obviously they probably do takes and stuff like that. Even if they don't. If they do, they do either way. You're still doing something that's in your element, doing what you do. And that's props. And he's got a new single coming out on July 15th. And then on Wednesday, he's got a collab coming out with him and Dax. And everybody knows Dax. That man can rap. A lot of people call him corny because he raps about the controversial topics and the trending topics. But I think it's easy to make music about those things if you're not telling your specific story. I'm not saying that's what he's doing. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of points. I think that's a solid point to make. And I think that anybody can see it from that side. So that's why I make that one. And then we're going to move to Jelly Roll. He's got a show coming up in June at the Skyway Theater in Minneapolis. That shit's going to be off the motherfucking hook. We got Soundset. We got Jelly coming. There's so much music going on in Minneapolis right now in Minnesota. It's just popping. We got Young Gammy on the 18th of this month, May 18th at Whiskey Junction. He's got an upcoming show in June as well. And then, even this month they got, I believe it's The Gathering of the Juggalos. I could be wrong. I'm not sure, but I know that it's the 20th annual gathering, and they just had Odd Squad family sign to go to do one of the stages. That shit's going to be dope. If you haven't heard of Odd Squad family, you definitely got to check them the fuck out. It's a solid group of guys. You know, again, everybody has their music, but I think underground-wise, these dudes are making waves. The guys I name, I believe, make waves. And those waves, I believe, need to be listened to because music-wise, they're not failing anybody. I mean, if you want to listen to that mainstream garbage, you go for it. That's your particular choice. I mean, I guess, sad choice. But it is what it is. That's, again, not something I would prefer to listen to. But, anyways, onwards and upwards. Got King ISO special guesting in Lincoln, Nebraska on the Going In tour with Snow the Product. That shit's gonna be dope. He has an amazing fucking show set. I got to see him at the Planet Tour with Tech 9. That shit was fire. Got to meet him and King Cash. They have an amazing set. Shit's dope. If you haven't checked it out, you gotta go check his. You should just check it out even if you don't like her. Check his out for his set because that shit's gonna be fire. It always is. Static G and Haystack, they're on tour right now as well. Static G's always got that fucking heat. Always got a good song to listen to for pretty much any mood of the day. Man smokes hella trees, and I think everybody can get behind that, man. Smoking some of them trees. Makes shit easier, you know. At least most potheads would say that. I think so. But then again, I'm high all the time. So, I guess ask me that shit when I'm sober. Well, good luck. Yeah, I guess good luck, yeah. And then my boy, Yellow Boy and Stilo dropped that. They got an album coming out on June 12th. That shit's gonna be a fucking fantabulous fucking album. And Yellow Boy, man, I've seen him grow up. Good dude. Dude's been doing beats since he was fucking in his draws. Like, I'm talking baby draws. Like, this dude's been doing beats since that boy's been doing beats since he learned how to spell the word beats. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that boy can kill it. And him and Stilo, they do their thing, man. He's got the whole fucking north side popping with his beats. And I respect that. I mean, I respect his grind and his hustle more than a lot of people, because, I mean, I've seen his struggle, and, I mean, an outsider looking in, a friend looking in, I think I'm his family. I would like to consider myself his family, knowing him, goddamn, almost a decade now. Really good dude. He's gonna be on the show. We're gonna talk that music shit. We're gonna spark up them backwoods. It's gonna be a blast. I just know that. But you gotta check him out for at least his beats. He can work with any budget, you know, any budget. The boy's got beats out his yang. I mean, the boy's got beats. I mean, there's a lot of people to go for beats. I mean, you got I Am Blaze, you got Yellow Boy, you got fucking Sick Fuck. You got so many people, and there's so many people coming up making beats, and there's so many people that have already made millions of dollars on beats. This, that, the other thing. You can't go wrong getting a beat from anybody, I think, in Minnesota, period. Because Minnesota has some legitimate fucking talent. We get overshined by a lot of the Midwest, but when we show up, we show out. You know what I'm saying? That's at least from my experience. Minnesota puts on for Minnesota. It is what it is. And I just think everybody should support their local talent and support their local artists. And I want to see all my people succeed. If that means pushing it to the fucking max for them, that's exactly what I plan on doing. My show, my rules. Suck a dick if you don't like it. I Am Blaze dropped Face Down on the 12th. That motherfucker's a banger. His whole SoundCloud profile is a fucking discography at this point of just bangers. I can't go wrong promoting the guy. He's amazing. He's humble as fuck. He's got an amazing merch selection. Getting a fucking rolling tray on Father's Day. Whoop, whoop. You know what I'm saying? Can't wait for that shit. It's going to be banging. He just got a lot of fucking good music. He's got a lot of beats. Always got deals. Again, he can work with your budget. He's on Murder Music. You can't fucking go wrong with that whole goddamn roster. It's a fucking just a roster of demons on the beat. I mean, you got Young Gammy and Starve, both on Murder Music. Starve of the other side. Young Gammy, just fucking a Minnesota legend in the making. They got the EP coming out. That shit's gonna blow bitches' socks off and drop panties instantly. It's a fact. I just can see it. I just see these boys just getting pussies rubbed on their faces even if they don't want it. Yeah, even if they don't want it. Facts. Because we know how them groupies be. And then their brother Plague on Murder Music, man, he's got a song coming out, Hopeless and Heartless Hippie. That's going to be another war symphony. That shit already looks like it's going to be a banger. All three of these dudes got their own bars, got their own set of skills. They're versatile. They do what they do, and they put out fucking bangers. And not to mention, Plague just put out the song Suffocate. that motherfucker's a banger too. You can't go wrong bumping that motherfucker. You can't. All these dudes' songs, man, Plague just got that fight music, bro. Like, I would compare his music to, like, DMX if I was about to get into the goddamn ring and brawl. Him, Playboy the Beast, Young Gammy, and DMX definitely all got hands down some of the best motherfucking fight music out there. That's what I think. That's personally. I think you can get down to any music, but they make music that makes you want to bash someone's head on the wall and, you know, curb stomp that ass. Make them motherfuckers pay for that shit. Revenge is the sweetest thing next to getting pussy. We all know who said that. Pac said that. You know, it's the truth. Revenge is really sweet. And so is pussy. Pussy's really sweet too. So, I mean, it's a toss-up. I think everybody's music nowadays is so versatile and they're doing their own thing. They got their own agendas. They got their own platforms. They got everything. And I mean, there's so much music out there nowadays. You can listen to whatever you want. They're blending all kinds of shit. Though it does fuzz the lines. I mean, we got to remember they got to keep certain genres. Otherwise, you start fucking genres up. And, I mean, myself personally, I don't like mumble rap. But that's where we're at now. So that's why I quote these guys. And I state these guys that I promote. Because these dudes are spitting legitimate lyrics. Even if the shit's about sipping lean and fucking bitches, you can understand it. It's real fucking clear. The beats are on point. The lyrics are on point. And that shit matters. Doesn't matter how high we can get and bang our heads to the fucking music. What matters is the fucking music at the end of the day. How that music makes you feel. And I'm sorry, but if you need to drink codeine and fucking pop 10 perks to feel the music, it's probably not very good music. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. I mean, yeah, drugs do enhance music. I ain't gonna lie on that. But that doesn't mean all music is good music. So, that's my personal opinion. We can always argue that, like I said. Anybody come on the show with their personal opinion, their whatever they want. And we can hash it out. We can talk civilly. I mean, it ain't going to come to no fucking fisticuffs. But, I mean, I guess it could if that's what has to happen. But I don't really want that shit to happen. I like to argue a good point and, you know, find a common ground. You're not going to change my mind on my points of view. I'm pretty fucking solidified in that. And I enjoy my point of view. And I like to run that shit. And I'm okay with admitting it. I ain't afraid of it. Never been afraid to back down from an argument. Like I said, I like to argue just about anything. It is what it is. And that's what I like to do. And that's what the show is about, is getting what we want said out. And letting it out. And some of these artists that I've talked about, I plan on doing interviews with them. Now I got to find out ways to do interviews with them, but I'm gonna. And that shit's gonna be awesome. Because they're awesome fucking guys. So, like, that shit's gonna be, I mean, great minds think alike. The shit's gonna be slick. Check out their fucking music. Check out their beats. Follow them. Like their stuff. And maybe pick up some merch. Get you some new gear. But onwards and upwards to the next section. It's gonna be about Big Z. And his, like I had said in the beginning, he has some really valid points and some valid points, good arguments. He's a funny guy. He's a blast. He's a stoner. He's just all around. He's a good dude, and I think he'll be good for the show. And I hope maybe I get him to come on a couple times, and you know that it's gonna be good. Tomorrow's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be fun and intense. Again, like I said multiple times throughout this episode, all sides are welcome. I like to hear different sides of different arguments, different points of view. As long as it's based in a factual, setting. I mean, not a setting, but it's got to come from facts. You can't just Google the first thing and then go on a Wikipedia link and be like, that's facts. No, that's not facts. If your teacher wouldn't accept that shit in grade school, there's probably a reason why. Because you didn't do very much work on it. And a lot of opinions can be formed just like that. You can see when someone doesn't do any research on the opinion. And that's why I do these short ones, so then when the long ones come, you can really hear the opinion. You can really hear the fucking detail thought out and the actual argument. I'm not trying to have an argument with myself, because, I do this in a car getting high. I'm not trying to have the police roll up. Shit. You're going to a psych ward. Because, Minnesota got some fucked up shit. They be doing that. But anyways, the rest of the week's going to be pretty busy with podcasts and different points of view and just all sorts of things that I find important and I want to talk about them. There's a lot going on in the world today. I mean, politically wise, entertainment wise, food wise, drink wise, pot wise. I mean, Denver just fucking legalized magic mushrooms. I mean, Colorado did, not Denver. I don't know why I called it Denver. It's Colorado. But either way, they decriminalized magic mushrooms. So that's one step further. I think even for Minnesota to legalize recreational pot. I mean, I'm all for black market matters. That is for another topic for another day. I'm just going to state this. I believe the black market matters because Big Pharma, when they step in, the little guy that we all want to be getting our pot from, the guy that makes that bomb weed, that grows that shit, that loves that shit, that's going to end up in a big-ass pharmacy. And that big-ass pharmacy is going to have a bunch of people running the same plants that never get growing properly, just enough to get it set out to the world, to satisfy the status quo. And I want that fire weed. I don't want that status quo weed. So, with that being said, pick your side, understand your argument, come with the facts, and just enjoy fucking life. Smile. Be happy. Because there's so much shit to be happy for, and there's so much shit to be mad about. But either way, it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. And this show is just about being high and being happy. Spitting the truth and getting the facts out. And this week is going to be a fun one. Everybody needs to stay tuned and check in. I mean, it's not that hard. It's a link button. Pretty easy. It's a wrap. Y'all be good.